Hey cruising crew, and welcome to the channel. I'm Alexis and good morning from beautiful Bergen, Norway. We have just made it to our first port on this cruise, which is Bergen, Norway. We're about to get off and go on a really hopefully fun hike. It does look a little cold, but we do have some time before we have to meet our guide. So we're gonna go get off and see what we can get into and hopefully see the most amazing views. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button and let's get ready to explore Norway. Now, as we were sailing into Bergen, the sailing was absolutely incredible. This was our first port in Norway, so I really wanted to take it all in. Now, once we got off the ship, we did hear that it was about a 20-minute walk to like the city center and the market. And so that's just what we wanted to do. We wanted to start off our time with getting a walk in so that way we can really see the town. And it was rainy. We are in Norway, so it is going to be rainy at times, but it was nothing too bad to where it affected our walk. And so then we made it to the market. So we made it to like their city center, city square. It took about like half-a-mile walk, but now we're going to meet up with our guide to go on our hike. So that should be fun, but it's not that far of a walk. Like if you're able to walk, I'd say just go for it. It's easy to find. And it's pretty little spot, nice looking buildings. So yeah. Once we met up with our tour guide, it was about a minute walk to get to the cable cars that brought us up to our first great view of Bergen. Now this is where our hike started, and of course we could have done this hike without hiring a tour guide, but I'm glad that we did. The path that he took us on had very little tourists on it, and he did ask us before if we wanted more of an elevated hike, and of course we said yes because we love adventure. Now, I will link his information down below in the comments in case you want a more elevated hike in Bergen. Now, it was absolutely incredible. It started to rain, which kind of made me happy because it made me feel like I was in Norway. And then shortly after the rain, it then began to snow, which blew me away, and I was having so much fun just enjoying the different weather that Norway has to offer. Well, we've been hiking and I thought it was gonna be pretty cool if it rained, but it's actually snowing. You can't see anything, which is actually pretty special and cool because it makes me feel like I'm witnessing Norway in the winter. This is amazing. Being able to experience so many different weather types in one hike was absolutely so much fun for me. And I think that's why hiking in Norway is so iconic, because of its weather and how fast it changes. Now, by the time we got to our halfway spot lookout, it was sunny out, and it was just a really nice way to kind of take a break and look at all the views, enjoying the sun shining on our face. So we made it to a little more than halfway up. And what's crazy is just 10 minutes ago, I was in the snow, and now the sun has come out and now it's gone away again. So it's kind of crazy how the weather can change, but now we're at the top and we're gonna go to the very top. And I've got this amazing view behind me and I'm just in awe. I would say that this hike is like moderate. It's not super hard. It's not super easy, but I think anyone can pretty much do it if you're active and if you're willing. Then it's pretty awesome and the views are worth it. As we adventured all the way to the top of the hike, I did notice that there were very little tourists now. We were about the only ones when we had this view. And so I think that if you do have a guide, that is definitely a benefit. They'll take you to spots where you wouldn't even know to go. Now, after our amazing hike, we did take the cable car down back into town so we can explore a little bit before getting back on board. Now, I do like to try local foods and drinks from every place that I visit. And today I really wanted to try their fresh fish soup and their reindeer hot dog. And I was very impressed with both, especially the fish soup. So we just got a reindeer hot dog from the best spot in town supposedly, and it has mustard, angleberry, and something else. So let's try the first bite. I mean, it tastes pretty good to me. After exploring this beautiful city, having some local food, and going on an amazing hike, we then made our way back to the ship, and I just feel like we absolutely knocked it out of the park with our day in Bergen, Norway. And that's how I spent my day in Norway's second largest city, Bergen. I got to walk through the city, walk through the fish market, take a really nice hike, talk with a local, and eat some local food. Now, do you absolutely have to hire a guide to do the hike that I did? Absolutely not. We ended up paying around $335 US, and that came with him meeting us, taking us through the cable car, which we got to skip the line, and our entry was included with the price of the guide. And then we also got to take a more extensive hike than everyone else who didn't have a guide. Now, what I really liked about having a guide is that we got to talk to a local, hear other things, and since he was a guide for multiple spots in Norway, we got to hear about doing other stuff in the other ports that were upcoming for us. I also got to try some local food, and I recommend that if you're in Bergen, to absolutely opt out and get the fish soup. It was about $26 US for a really small bowl. However, I think that it's definitely worth trying. I also think it's worth trying a reindeer hot dog. That ranged about $10 US, but it was really fun to try. Now, would I come back to Bergen and would I do the same hike? I'm going to say yes and yes. Since Bergen is the second largest city in Norway, I feel like there's so many other things that I could do if I go back and visit. There's so many other hikes I can do as well. So I think that I would opt out and look for another hiking spot. The hiking spot that we did was really fun and we had great views. However, Bergen is so big, I'm sure there's also so many other hikes that I can do next time. Out of the local foods I tried, which local food would you try? The fish soup or a reindeer hot dog? Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. Now, if you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it at all, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to be putting out so much more content of Norway. So don't forget to seize the day, and I'll catch you in the next one.